For 30th, D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton is here to help us sort out the impact this will have on D.C. Thanks so much for coming in. You know, I almost feel like we could rerun an interview that you and I did just a few months ago. I mean, this is just like deja vu. What sort of impact will this have on the district if we get to this point again of a possible shutdown?
Well, it would have a horrific impact on the district and on federal employees and the services they render. 5 months after the last shutdown scare, Republicans have provoked another shutdown crisis by reneging on a deal they made with the debt ceiling bill that the number they reached would be reflected in the appropriation. They reneged on it by doing something that's never been done before. They said with the disaster funds, with all the hurricanes and tornadoes, that they would have to be offset. They've never been, quote, offset before because they're emergency funds. Well, the Democrats in the House were livid. So was the Democratic Senate, and the congressional resolution to keep the government open went down because so many conservative Republicans voted against their own side. So they now had double trouble on their side and triple trouble when you consider that a congressional resolution has to be passed by the Senate as well. They may be back this evening. I think they may reach a deal. They may take off this offset. If they do, the District of Columbia will be spared something it should never have been in the first place. And that is when the federal government shuts down, we shut down. If they haven't signed off on our budget, they shouldn't have our budget in the first place. They haven't signed off on it. This is
and by that you mean we're talking about the whole issue of statehood and D.C. not having statehood.
We are, and our budget therefore has to go all the way over there, even though our budget is balanced and was passed months ago. We missed by a hair's breadth being shut down with the last shutdown. Now I had to call the mayor yesterday and say, make preparations. I can't tell you for sure we won't have another shutdown. I am pleased to say
what was his response?
He could not believe it.
Yeah.
He just couldn't believe it because it costs us money to be shut down. I have a bill that would keep us open until the end of 2012. I've asked our leadership on the House and the Senate to try to put that in this because even successive CRs, and there could be another one and another one and another one, costs D.C. money. I have news that they may be they may understand that the American people are not going to take it anymore, and they may be close to reaching an agreement because they know that they will need Democratic votes to get this passed, and then they need to get it through the Senate, and that's controlled by the Democrats.
And I think that's the big thing here. It's the people. The people are tired of this. How many times have we all been through this? Let me ask you, the last time we were sort of on this bridge, you were critical, or not the last time, the time before the last time, you were critical of President Obama for doing what you said, giving up D.C. to the GOP. What do the Democrats have to do? What do the Republicans have to do to actually get this done? I mean, it seems like we just keep going through this over and over again. Is another short-term fix the answer, or do we need to figure out a way to make a long-term fix here?
Well, at least the president heard us. He has asked that the district be kept open, and he seems to have heard us in other ways by trying to get riders off of our bills. In terms of keeping these constant shutdowns, the reason I predict now, may be wrong, but I predict that they will come to some compromise, perhaps this very day, because they already are in big trouble, and they would be in such terrible trouble if they provoked another crisis as they seem already to have done. So I think they want to bring this to a speedy close.
From your lips to Congress's ears and the American people as well. D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for giving us a little perspective there, and hope as well. Laura?